The students will start a new chapter today, that is molecular basis of inheritance. Molecular basis of inheritance. Basis of inheritance. After sexual reproduction in flowering plant, the most important maximum weightage bearing chapter is your molecular basis of inheritance. What we will discuss in this molecular basis of inheritance? Mainly we will discuss about DNA and RNA. So in molecular basis of inheritance, what is the meaning of chapter we will clarify at the end of this chapter. But in the beginning, what we will discuss in this chapter? In this chapter mainly we will discuss about nucleic acids. Today we will discuss about nucleic acids. What is nucleic acids and how the nucleic acids are formed? Nucleic acids. So first come to know what is, we will discuss about nucleic acid. What is the meaning of nucleic acids? So its name suggests nucleic acid means it is one acid. Acid, what is the meaning of nucleic? Which is found inside the nucleus. Inside the nucleus. All of you know the central part of the cell is known as nucleus. And from the nucleus, these acids were discovered. So that's why these are called nucleic acids. So nucleic acids are the substances present inside the nucleus and acidic. The acidic substances, these are the acidic substance. Acidic substance. Nucleic acid means it is one acidic substance present inside nucleus. Present inside nucleus. Acidic substance present inside the nucleus. So inside the nucleus, if one acid is present, that acid is called as nucleic acid. And nucleic acids are two types. Number one is deoxyribose nucleic acid. Deoxyribose nucleic acid. Deoxyribose nucleic acid. Shortly written as a DNA. Deoxyribose nucleic acid. Shortly written as a DNA. Another second type of nucleic acid is known as a ribose nucleic acid. Not deoxyribose. Ribose nucleic acid, shortly written as RNA. So two type of nucleic acids are there. One is deoxyribose nucleic acid, another is ribose nucleic acid. And one important thing here you have to remember, these nucleic acids, whether DNA or RNA, two nucleic acids, these are found inside the nucleus. So that's why these are called nucleic acids. But the nucleic acid was first discovered by Friedrich Miescher. The nucleic acid was discovered by, who discovered? Discovered by Friedrich Miescher, scientist Friedrich Miescher in 1869. So in that time, the Friedrich Miescher first discovered the nucleic acid, and it was from a pod cell. From where it was discovered? The Friedrich Miescher, scientist Friedrich Miescher discovered the nucleic acid. From where? From the pod cell. From pod cell. What is a pod cell? All of you know, after formation of any wound in our body, after some days, there is a death of some cells and some white color solution or white color fluid come out from the wounded part after infection. So that is called as a pod cell. And these are the dead neutrophils. These pod cells are dead WBC. After fighting with bacteria, they are dead. That is called as pod cell. So from the pod cell it was discovered. Friedrich Miescher first discovered it from pod cell. But what actually nucleic acids? The Friedrich Miescher, when discovered the nucleic acid, it was from the nucleus. And what is nucleus? If you consider it as a cell, let this is the cell. Outer covering of cell is cell wall or cell membrane. Inner membrane is cell membrane. At the central part of cell, there is a structure known as a nucleus. This part is called nucleus. So first time Friedrich Miescher found this DNA and RNA inside this. DNA and RNA were discovered from this place. So that's why the name was given nucleic acid. But after this discovery of nucleic acid, scientists tried to find out actually what is present in that nucleic acid. What is the structure of nucleic acid and how it is chemically made of. Just like we know different substances, different atoms, different molecules, just like carbohydrate, protein, different molecules are found in nature. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, different type of atoms present in our nature. Similarly, scientists tried to actually discover the structure of this DNA and RNA or nucleic acids. So many experiments carried out with time, with passage of time, and more and more number of experiments get added to the list of scientists. And finally, it was confirmed what is the nucleic acid. Finally, in 1953, it was confirmed. In 1869, it was given, means almost after 80 years, 80 to 90 years. After this, in 1953, the structure of DNA was described. Structure of DNA. We will discuss later what is DNA. But you remember here, the nucleic acid. What is nucleic acid? It is confirmed later. First, it was discovered by Friedrich Miescher. So, what actually nucleic acid? When scientists know about it, what is a nucleic acid? They given a definition to the nucleic acid. Previously, we called only acid substance present inside the nucleus is called nucleic acid. But later, scientists changed the definition. What was the definition? Nucleic acids. Nucleic acid is nothing. Nucleic acid is a polymer. Nucleic acid is a polymer. What is the meaning of polymer? Poly means many, more means unit. A substance which is made of many units. A substance which is made of many units, that is called polymer. So nucleic acid is a polymer. Polymer, or in other word we can say it is a chain. When many substances combine, it will form a chain, long chain. So it is a chain. In scientific word it is called polymer. Clear? So nucleic acid is a polymer. But polymer of what? We can take one example. What is the meaning of polymer? Just like you can take example of a chain of flower. When you have 100 flowers with you, you want to make a chain of flower, garland. Then you can join with the help of thread. The first flower can be joined with second flower can be joined with third. So like that, if you thread all the flowers, you finally find a polymer or chain of a flower. Similarly, the nucleic acid is a polymer. But in that polymer, what is the unit? You have to remember the name of the unit. Nucleic acid is a polymer of nucleotide. It is not a polymer of a flower. It is a polymer of a nucleotide. This question you have to remember. It is a polymer of nucleotide. Polymer means chain. Chain of what? Nucleotide. Means nucleotide is a chemical. Nucleotide is a chemical. If you take many nucleotides at a time and join them, it will form a chain of nucleotide. That a chain of nucleotide is the nucleic acid. So nucleic acids are the chain of nucleotide. So that's why sometimes the nucleic acid are also called as nucleic acids. If you look at the nucleic acids are also called as a polynucleotides. You have to remember, it is also called as a polynucleotide. What is the meaning of a polynucleotide? Polynucleotide means a polymer of nucleotide. So if you look at the nucleic acid is a chain of what I have written here? Nucleotide. So when you combine all the nucleotide, it will form a polymer, polynucleotide. Poly means many, nucleotide. So from today, we will remember what is nucleic acid. Initially, scientists told that a acid present inside the nucleus is called nucleic acid. But now what we are using, it is not acid. It is acid, no doubt. But how it is made of? The today's definition says the nucleic acids are nothing. These are the polynucleotides. So when many nucleotides combine with each other, it form a chain that is called nucleic acid. So that's why we can say if we have many nucleotides, for example, this is one nucleotide, this is another nucleotide, this is another nucleotide, many nucleotides are there, hundreds or thousands of nucleotides are there. Let these are the nucleotides. If we combine one nucleotide with another nucleotide, nucleotide number 1 combines with nucleotide number 2, nucleotide 2 combines with nucleotide 3, like that. When many nucleotides combine with each other, finally it will form a chain. This is a chain. This chain is called nucleic acid. So we can say complete, this chain is nucleic acid. This chain is nucleic acid. What already I have told you, nucleic acid is a polymer. Poly means chain. Polymer. Yes. Polymer. So it is a polymer. So you have to remember what is nucleic acid. Nucleic acid is nothing. Nucleic acid is a polymer or chain. Polymer or chain. So this chain is called nucleic acid. But each unit here, you can see many units here. Each unit is called as nucleotide. Means I can say this one is a nucleotide. This one is a nucleotide. This one is a nucleotide. This one is another nucleotide. So when many nucleotides combine, it will form one nucleic acid or polynucleotide. So nucleotide means one unit, polynucleotide means many units combined. So that form a nucleic acid. So that's why we can say now, from this definition, we can say if we break a nucleic acid, what we will get? If we join the nucleotide, we will get nucleic acid. If question comes reverse, if you break a nucleic acid, or hydrolyze a nucleic acid, if you break the nucleic acid, you will get each unit, each one, you will get the each nucleotide. So that's why we can say the building block of nucleic acid are nothing the nucleotide. So nucleotide are the building block of nucleic acid. So I can write here one thing here I can write. These points are clear to all of you. So if I write the nucleic acid is made of nucleotides, so after hydrolysis of nucleic acid, what we will get? So now we will draw a flow diagram. Let nucleic acid is present with you. Nucleic acid, any nucleic acid you have. Already I had told you nucleic acid is two types. One is DNA, deoxyribose nucleic acid. Deoxyribose nucleic acid. Another is RNA. RNA is ribose nucleic acid. So if you break or hydrolyze this nucleic acid after hydrolysis, hydrolysis means breakdown. After hydrolysis means breakdown. Hydro means in presence of water. In presence of water, if there is a breakdown, what you get? You will get nucleotides. So there is a formation of nucleotides. So many nucleotides combine nucleic acid. When nucleic acid breaks, it forms nucleotides. So similarly, another important thing, if you look at each nucleotide, this nucleotide is a complex. It is not so simple. Nucleotide combine to form nucleic acid. But each nucleic acid, what you are looking here, this nucleic acid, each nucleic acid is again a complex. And each nucleic acid contains many parts or portions that we will discuss. If you look at the nucleotide, each nucleotide can be broken into two parts. Number one is called nucleoside. Second is called as a phosphate. Nucleoside and phosphate. So that's why when you combine a nucleoside and a phosphate, you will get a nucleotide. Similarly, if you look at this nucleoside again divided into two components. There are two parts. Nucleoside is broken into two parts. One is a pentose sugar or sugar pentose. Pentose means 5 carbon. Pent means 5. So pentose means 5 carbon containing pentose sugar. you find one sugar or carbohydrate, pentose sugar, and another important thing is nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous base. Some bases you will find. So nucleoside consists of two parts, pentose sugar and a nitrogenous base. This completes how your nucleic acid is made of. You have to remember this flow chart. So if we come from upper to lower, first nucleic acid, it breaks into nucleotide, nucleotide break into two parts, nucleoside and phosphate, nucleoside breaks into pentose sugar and nitrogenous base. But if I go reverse from lower side to upper side, what will happen? First there is a requirement of a sugar and a nitrogenous base. If you combine these two, if you join these two, pentose sugar and a nitrogenous base combine to form nucleoside. Similarly, if you combine a nucleoside and phosphate combine to form nucleotide, and a many nucleotide combine to form a nucleic acid, DNA or RNA. So now we will discuss about each component, parts. So mainly, if you look at the nucleotide, it consists of three components. First we have divided into two. Again this one is divided into two components. So total is three: pentose sugar, nitrogenous base, phosphate. So now one by one we will discuss about each component. One by one we will discuss about each component. So first we will discuss about the first component, that is called pentose sugar. So now come to first component, that is pentose sugar. Pentose sugar. So what is the meaning of pentose sugar? Listen carefully. Pentose sugar means this sugar. Pentose sugar means sugar which is made of 5 carbon. 5 carbon containing sugar is known as a pentose sugar. 5 carbon containing sugar is known as a pentose sugar. This is a question. So sometimes it is asked, the nucleic acid contain the pentose sugar, the sugar which contain not pentose, it will ask the sugar which contain, the sugar which is present in nucleic acid contain how many carbon? So that is 5 carbon, not more than 5 or not less than 5. So total 5 carbon are present in the sugar of nucleic acid. So sugar of nucleic acids or nucleotides, the sugar of nucleic acid or nucleotides contain how many carbon? It contain 5 carbon, pentose sugar. And this pentose sugar containing 5 carbon are again two types on the basis of nucleic acids. On the basis of nucleic acid, it is of two types. So number one pentose sugar is called as a ribose sugar. One is called ribose sugar. Number one is a ribose sugar, and number second is called as a deoxyribose sugar. So sugar are two types. The pentose sugar are two types: ribose sugar and deoxyribose sugar. And this sugar identifies, or this sugar determines which type of nucleic acid will form. If the sugar is ribose, it will form RNA. RNA means ribose nucleic acid. If the sugar is ribose, it will form RNA, means ribose nucleic acid. So ribose nucleic acid contain only ribose sugar, but if the sugar is deoxyribose, then the nucleic acid is called DNA, deoxyribose nucleic acid. So deoxyribose nucleic acid contain deoxyribose sugar, ribose nucleic acid contain ribose sugar. But important is the structure. Their formula you have to remember, and their structure you have to remember. Formula is very easy, structure is also very easy. So listen carefully. So all of you know what is the formula of sugar or glucose. What is the formula of glucose? C6H12O6. C6H12O6 means number of carbon. If number of carbon is n, number of hydrogen is double of that, and number of oxygen is the same of carbon. So that's why C6H12O6 means only hydrogen is double. Carbon and oxygen remain in same number. Similarly, if you look at the ribose sugar, what will be the formula of ribose sugar? It is a pentose sugar. It is not 6 carbon containing. It is a pentose sugar, 5 carbon. So I can write it is C5H10O5. So no need to remember formula. No need to remember formula. If you know this sugar are pentose, 5 carbon containing, just double the hydrogen and carbon oxygen remains same. C5H10O5. C5H10O5. So this is the formula for ribose sugar. Similarly, if you come to deoxyribose sugar, here one term is written deoxy, but ribose is also there. Deoxyribose. It is ribose, but this one is deoxyribose. This one is deoxyribose. What is the meaning of deoxy? Deoxy means absence of oxygen. Absence of oxygen. So here oxygen number is 5, but here one oxygen is absent. So that's why formula become C5H10O4. This is the formula for deoxyribose. No need to remember anything. Only you have to remember number of carbon. Then you can easily write the exact formula of ribose and deoxyribose sugar. Now come to the structure. How it appears. Generally, if you look, these are the formula. But structure wise, if you look at this sugar, two sugars, one is ribose sugar, another is deoxyribose sugar. If you look at the sugar mainly exists in cyclic form. The sugars are mainly exist in cyclic form. So you find sugars are mainly exist in cyclic form. So cyclic sugars are found. So now we will discuss at the cyclic structure. So first come to ribose sugar. The cyclic structure of ribose sugar. If you look at the ribose structure of ribose sugar, first you have to make a 5-sided ring. 5-sided ring. This is the ring. Cyclic structure. It exists in ring structure. 5-sided ring. 5-sided. 5 angles are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-sided. 5-sided structure. Ring structure you have to make. And you have to give oxygen to the top corner. Top. You have to give oxygen. 1 oxygen. So that's why out of 5 corner, 1 corner is already occupied by oxygen, and the rest of the corner represent your carbon. Total number of carbon is 5. Total number of carbon is 5, but already oxygen is covered by 1 corner. So that's why I can say this is number 1 carbon, this is number 2 carbon, this is number 3 carbon, this is number 4. But we have written these are the pentose sugar. Pentose sugar means they contain 5 carbon. So that's why we have to make bonds. And all of you know, carbon having 4 valency. Valency of each carbon is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bonds are there. Yes or no? 1, 2, these are the 2 bonds, and upper layer, these are the 2 bonds. So each stick represents 2 bonds, upper bond, lower bond. So 4 are completed. But now our question is to complete 5 carbon. 5 carbon means number 1, 2, 3, 4 completed. Which one is the last carbon? Which one is the last carbon? So always 5th carbon is in contact with 4. So as it is the number 4 carbon, this corner is the number 4 carbon. Just above the 4 you have to remember. You have to remember just above the 4 there is a 5th carbon, and you have to write this carbon as a CH2OH because this is the last carbon. The last carbon you have to write completely CH2OH. CH2OH. This is the 5th carbon. I can give name number 5. This is the 5th carbon. CH2OH. This is the 5th carbon which occupies just above the 4. And another important thing here you have to remember. Just above the 4 there is a 5th carbon. Just above the 1 you find there is one alcohol OH, not CH2H. Here CH2H, opposite is OH. Here CH2H opposite, it's opposite. Just opposite is OH. You cannot write CH2H. Why you cannot write here CH2H? If you write another CH2H, the number of carbon will become 6. But number of carbon, total carbon should be 5. So here you have to remember CH2H, just opposite, mirror image is OH. And another important thing here you have to remember, the rest part is hydrogen, lower side is hydrogen. And if you look at these two carbon, at the lower side of these two carbon you find OH and OH. This is OH, hydroxyl group. So you have to remember first how to make a ribose sugar. First make a 5-sided ring, give oxygen to top corner. So 4 are left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Above the 4 you have to give CH2H. This is 5th carbon, CH2H, but opposite is OH. But at the lower side you have to write H. OH, this is H, OH, this is H. But those who left, two carbons who left, at the lower side you have to write OH. And the upper side you have to write H. Only hydrogen is present at the upper side. So this is the complete structure of ribose sugar. You can easily count what is the number, whether it is true or false. C5H10O5. All the carbon is 5, hydrogen is 10, and oxygen is 5. So you can easily count here, from here, whether this structure is true or false. Similarly, if you come to deoxyribose sugar, next sugar is deoxyribose. This deoxyribose sugar is nothing, a copy of this ribose sugar, because the formula is same, almost same. Only difference in the formula, there is one oxygen less. Here oxygen is 5, here oxygen is 1, oxygen is less, oxygen is 4. So that's why only one oxygen you have to delete. From this structure, one oxygen you have to delete. But you have to remember which oxygen you should delete. The oxygen present here, the oxygen present here, one oxygen present here. So everywhere oxygen is present. But which oxygen should be? Which oxygen, you have to remember which oxygen should be absent. Which oxygen out of this, which oxygen should be absent? You have to remember the number 2. You have to remember the number 2 carbon. This is the number 2 carbon. At the lower side of number 2 carbon there is OH. You have to delete this oxygen. So that's why, what will be the structure? What will the structure? You have to again make a ring. Already I have told you, you have to make a ring. These are the ring structures. This is the ring. Oxygen is given to top. Oxygen is given to this top. And this is number 1 carbon, number 2 carbon, number 3 carbon, number 4 carbon. And already I had told you, number 5th carbon is above. You have to give these bonds to each carbon. And number 5 carbon is present above. So this is 4. Above the 4, what you find? Here you find CH2OH. This is number 5 carbon. This is number 5 carbon. So opposite of number 5, this is number 1 carbon. Upper side contain OH. You can find same, copy paste. And the lower side, what you find? Here H, here H. But in this case, the 2 and 3 are left. The 2 and 3, what you find? At the 2 and 3, lower side contain OH. But I had already told you, this number 2 carbon is different. At the lower side of number 2, you never find one oxygen in case of deoxyribose. So that's why here I will write only H, hydrogen. It is not OH, it is hydrogen. But this side OH, this side H, upper side is as usual, that is hydrogen. So here one oxygen is lacking at number 2. If you can compare, if you compare the number 2 carbon, here take the number 2 carbon, here also compare with number 2 carbon. The ribose contain OH, hydroxyl group, below the number 2 carbon, but in case of deoxyribose, just below the number 2 carbon there is hydrogen, because there is a lack of one oxygen. So that's why it is called deoxyribose. One oxygen is lacking. And one important thing you have to remember, due to lack of oxygen, the deoxyribose is more stable. The deoxyribose is more stable. So all of you read in chemistry what is the relationship between reactivity and stability. If a compound is more reactive, it is less stable. The oxygen is a reactive group. Oxygen is a reactive group. And if there is a more oxygen, that structure become more reactive, less stable. More is the reactivity, less is the stability. That is the relationship between stability and reactivity. So here oxygen is 5, so that's why it is more reactive but less stable. Less stable. So ribose sugar are less stable, but deoxyribose are more stable. But if you come to reactivity, these are more reactive because more oxygen. These are less reactive because of less number of oxygen. With this, we have completed the sugar part. So pentose sugar completed. Pentose sugar and their structure. Ribose and deoxyribose completed. Very easy. You can remember the structure easily.